So that's how I dealt with it. But from then till now, I think that I have learned to manage that, and I think instead it's working positively for me.
Indeed.
Actually,
I mean, you're being celebrated everywhere. Mola Mongombe, then Joko and stuff. Yeah. Now let's talk you and women. As a kid, you having crush on girls rather and stuff. How did you deal with that? And were you ever rejected at some point because of your color?
That is tricky, you know. But one thing I will tell you is that I started knowing women late.
Oh.
Yes.
How late?
And late as in was 25 years old. So that was, I had already, my final year, I had my master's already. And this, what accounts for this is because I grew up in a very disciplined home. Okay. My military father would not even permit you go pee without asking for excuse. So there is no way you want to be used to social life. Yeah. We didn't go for holidays in our house, no Christmas, nothing. House, school, house, church, house, you know, that kind of upbringing, right? So we didn't know what was women. So back then, even right in secondary school, when my friends were talking, I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, like I'm like lost. So I didn't really have that. But when I started, honestly, when I started knowing women, I had already started singing in the cabaret. Oh. So that was already, like I said, almost my master's. So I was already grown up because I started singing in the cabaret before I even got to high school because I lost my father in Lower State. So, you know, my mom was struggling, so I had to send myself to school. So being a young boy who was singing traditional music in the village, I moved from the village to township now to sing for money. To be able to sponsor myself through school. So I came out of the village, started singing in the cabaret now, and from the cabaret, I mean, I already met a lot of Francophone, these Douala boys who they know Nyanga well. So, and then I was keeping my hair, I was plaiting my hair, tinted black. I was a very nice looking, handsome guy, well taken care of. So women were rushing. They were rushing. So I must be honest, I have not really had that problem like women want to run away, because I think I have made myself special. Amazing. And so even those who don't really like me, they want to come because they want to discover, like, but I want to know this guy. So if I have to, we can, one or two can.
Please. Now, we know you're married, correct? Are you married?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all?
I'm still single.
Oh, but there was this music. Oh, it's a music video, okay.
Yeah, you know we're artists, right? We can stage anything.
Okay.
I'm sure you know that.
Wow. Now I'm sure because we knew that you were married, you know, and stuff.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It was a video clip for my song Indale.
Indale.
A lot of people interpreted it, so.
Oh,
but I'm not
fell for
yet.
that too.
I'm not married yet.
But is there a special somebody in your life?
Well, you know, the life of an artist is very slippery. Right. You know, it is slippery, and but of course, you know that we body no be stick, so you know. But I am still in that space of availability. Okay,
being open to meet another person.
Yes,
then.
Of course.
That's beautiful. Now, let's talk you musically. Yeah. Now, who discovered you? I mean, now Mola Mongombe is touring the world. I want to talk about that one person who held your hand. Like, okay, I've discovered the talent. I'm going to pour in a lot of money. I'm going to groom this talent. I'm going to brand and be able to market this talent. Who did that?
Okay, so. There is someone who discovered me, right, but more musically, not the other way, like kind of sponsorship or trying to put money. Oh. I must be honest, it's been a one-man journey. I'm a one-man army. Oh. Yes. Really? So the Mola Mongombe you see today is a product of hard work and belief. And of course, there are people of goodwill, of course, who always get a kind of grant them way if he just decide to support you with no strings attached. Yeah, because the one time that I tried someone who thought, okay, we could do business, you know, in some kind of like a label signing and stuff, it did not come out well. He saw the exploitation, and then he started giving me headaches, so I fought my way out. And after that, I think that the person who exposed me, I would say exposed me musically, is Herve Nguebo.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of people too in Douala, they may know that story. So he came to Boya, this artist who has mastered his guitar and his voice. So he was invited as artist to perform when he released this album. This is first jazz album. He was invited in the cabaret where I was playing back then. That was like 2018. So when he came there, after his performance, he was sitting on the VIP, and then with some friends they were drinking.
Right.
So, and then I came forward because he saw me like, if you come to the cabaret, I'm always playing. I'm the bass. So I went forward to the guitar, to the microphone, and then I started interpreting Henri Dikongue, Etienne Mbappe, Richard Bona, all that stuff. And then he was like, man, this kind of musician in Boya. So after that, he was having his concert where he was doing his tour or something, concert for his new album. So that's how he invited me to Douala. He said, man, people need to see you. This is so huge to stay in Boya.
Right.
So and then when I came to that concert, it was at EFC in Douala for my Alliance. He gave me 2 songs for his crowd to discover me. And then guess what? My greatest icon of all times was there that night, Etienne Mbappe. I never knew he was upstairs with the director of that place. So when I mounted the stage with my band, the Joku Jazz band, I played 2 songs. Now the noise in the audience is screaming when I was saying thank you, Douala, thank you for the opportunity. So Etienne Mbappe came down. He wanted to see what was happening.
Right. What was causing the commotion?
And then boom, and he was like, who is this guy? And then the organizers, the director of EFC was like, okay, please let this guy sing another 2 songs. So I did the other 2 songs in front of my great icon, Etienne Mbappe, and he was like, please see me upstairs.
Oh my God.
I went upstairs, he was like, give me your album. I gave him, he went to France, like 2 months later on, he called me on Messenger, and our relationship started. Till this date, he's like the spinal cord behind my music. So Herve Nguebo brought me to that space, and I really remain grateful for him because we have a solid relationship till now.
Beautiful. So can you tell us, can you play for us one of the songs that made the crowd scream and stuff so that our viewers can scream as well? Can you do that?
Yeah, that was mostly jazz.
Oh, okay.
It's jazz, yeah. So, Wana wa Afrika ijo iwelindi moto moko wenga jalingane moko naone wana walunga loko irito so unya indolo yondi yakawe yawe yaje ayo monyengina woyele monyengina woyele jumana wanga monyengina woyele ikome yami monyengina woyele nalingani ikome yami nachondi Afrika tonuka ndombenga wakalamba natimba ikome yami natimba o Cameroon mbowa musango neyole monyengina woyele njumana wanga ilungelindinika natimba o watate nalingani ikome yami ya leo nachondi Afrika. So, if I play with the orchestra, you will understand it better because it's a full-time jazz.
You were doing something. Before the show started, guys, you were trying to, I don't know, is it one of, oh my goodness, Grace Decca song?
Oh, yeah, I was just exercising with the guitar. I was just exercising there.
It was beautiful, though. Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
You want to try it?
Oh, yeah, I can't really sing that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just try that because I'm a guitarist, so I try that at home.
Do you play for other artists though, or it's just you?
I play for a lot of other artists, but I don't like to show that part of me because professionally I'm a bass player, but I play a lot of guitar, I direct, and I do chorus. I'm a professional vocalist too. Yeah, so I do a lot of background work.
Now, before we talk about your journey, I want to take you back. You mentioned Exploitation record label. So the first time that we saw you was under Growth Entertainment, So I want to find out, how was it like, and for how long did you stay?
Okay, so that relationship was it was a complicated relationship. But as an African, everything cannot be bad about everything.
Right.
You must always, at least give credit to the little that was good. Yeah, it was a necessary relationship at that time of my career because I had released my first album, and I was that young man who knew his potential. I know that, okay, I have this talent, I have this skill, but it's not enough to put me out there. You may need some investor to be able to put you in the market and stuff. And so that is how my relationship with Groove Entertainment started, which was growing up to become some kind of label and artist kind of thing. But it started in a partnership because I have a company too, you know. There is Nyoki Jazz Production, which is Mola Mongombe, which has a band, which has a recording studio. For now, it's not like commercial, it's for my production. So 90% or 80% of my production that you can know is produced by me. And then the other percentage, maybe 20 or 30% by M1 Studios, thanks to shout out to Emile, Ngomba, Oga, you know. So we all are children from his, you know. So, but this relationship that started with Groove Entertainment, like partnership, like, okay, man, you have the great talent, you have the skills. Okay, I can bring in some small finance, and then together we can grow like young people. It sounded nice, but along the line, by the time we're getting to like almost 1 year, it started, you know, signs of exploitation came into the picture clearly, where, you know, all this saga of manager or producer and artist, it started coming up. And given the fact that we're two young men, it was tough because everybody wanted to show that they're strong, claiming the other, it ended badly, but it lasted for like a year, but it didn't end really well. But again, some credit has to go there because he too did his own part, especially with my exposure in the over the Mongo here. He did some work for me to meet certain artists like Decca to solidify. I met them though in my days in the cabaret, but that Groove Entertainment helped me solidify a great relationship with some of these guys. So that's
so
how.
What did you learn? What's your experience? Because every day we're having artists record label Wahala on social media.
Yeah.
What's your own story? What did you learn at the end of it?
Well, I learned something that is carrying me this far. That you should believe in yourself. You should never want to accept it to come the easy way, because anything that you do not deserve, I want to use the word deserve, that comes that easy, it's going to come with a lot of penalty. Okay. Yeah, when I say deserve, is because, we have come to understand that being an artist, being talented is not enough to make it in this business. So talent is not enough. But again, when I talk about you deserving it, it's like people like me now, I can proudly say on any platform that I'm an example of hard work, consistency, because a lot of labels have come for me. I don't want to call names here, right? A lot of labels have come for me, the known ones and the unknown ones.
Well, you're free if you want to.
No, I don't want to. Home and abroad, rich individuals who feel like, okay, they're interested. But this experience taught me that you have to work for it. There's a process, you have to try the process, such that when you get to a certain level like I am right now, I think that if any label wants to talk business with me, they have to really fix themselves on their couch really well, right? Unlike someone who is discovered with the talent, singing, and then a label comes and you get all excited and they want to sign and you want to accept because they will pay your bills, they will do your stuff, and then you will just come and sing. There's a huge price that comes with that. And that, I think, in my opinion, is what most of my other colleagues are facing right now. All the saga I see on Facebook, on internet, I'm just like, yeah, that's what you get if you don't try your own process. It's never easy. That's why there's a lot of talent, more than some of us who are not even known, because probably they don't have the platform, the opportunity. But I always say that try to do some work for your own self, right? So that you can get a certain level where even if a label is coming for you, you guys can really speak some business, like, okay, this is the line, like, okay. But if you give yourself like that, and then they fabricate you, let me put it in quotes, when they fabricate you, and then it gets to a certain point, man, you lose a great part of your freedom. And when you start that fight, you may only be very fortunate, like some of us, to come out clean and with head up. Because if they don't destroy your mental health, they will pull your career down, directly or indirectly. They will create scandals, they will do whatever, those things, right? So I would just say that my take is that artists should learn to work hard, to trust process. They shouldn't want it the easy way, like, boom, oh, you have a beautiful voice, you sang a good song, boom, we want to sign you. Sign you as what? What do you have in store? Do some work. Get to a level, So yeah, that's what.
So when you talk exploitation, can you give us a little bit more?
Exploitation in music, you know what it is. I mean, somebody who will pay your hotel bill, transportation from Boya, for example, to Douala or Yaoundé, who pay the guest house and stuff. You as a young man with talent who just want to sing, you just want to perform. For example, they may call you in a gig and they could pay like 2 million for a performing artist like me who mostly is live, probably with a band. And then someone will come tell you that, no, they have spent like 1.5 in that course. Okay, so whatever you are going to get tonight, even the gombo, as we call it, the farotage, you guys don't have any interest in it because I am instead in a deficit. So everything, I have to collect everything. By the time we get back to where they could give you a 10,000 and say take home. Probably they have collected like 3 million or 2 or whatever figure. So those are the kind of cases, you know. Someone will want you to go sing wherever they want, for as long as they want, because like they own you, they have fabricated you, like I'm putting my money in you, so just do as I say.
You have no right to complain.
You don't have to complain. If money comes, I have to take what I can and give you what I like to. So, but someone with a fighting instinct like me, I couldn't take that for long, so I was trying to break out of it. Yeah, so that's it.
How many years did you two sign for, though? How many years?
We didn't sign, actually. The partnership that we had was, first of all, a brotherly, because we became friends. Okay? From friendship, our friendship migrated onto a level of brotherhood. And so we started the partnership thing with a lot of trust for each other. Mutual, you see that kind of thing? Because I knew him as the proprietor of Groove then. I knew him as a customer in the cabaret. Then we became friends. Then we became, now after the friendship, we became like brothers. We slept in the same bed. We ate in the same place. When I'm sick, he runs for me. When he's sick, I'd run for him. I mean, you know, so it got to a point where you're like, man, let's do something together. This one, they watch the one, they watch this one. So it was nothing contract. But unfortunately, when we started disagreeing, and then he brought a system and said, okay, let's sign a contract that is so that it can make him commit more. Because it got to a point where I was kind of like in this partnership. I was keeping my part of the deal. He wasn't keeping his own part of the deal. And then I can't really still complain. Like, okay, I have a new song. When are we doing the video? When are we doing this? When are we going for media tour? When are we doing, you know? And then I started getting impatient because the fire is burning, but he's slowing stuff down. And then he was now like, okay, you know what? Before I can do certain things right now, we have to sign a contract. And then I was like, if we have to sign a contract, do you actually think you have what it takes to sign an artist like me? Because I'm not made, I'm not a superstar, yes, but I know my dreams. And I believe my dreams are bigger than what you think I am. So I was like, what I'm thinking, I don't think you can sign someone like me. I think the partnership part is better. So, but again, you know, we insisted until we signed a partnership of still 50-50, merging Joko Jazz and Groove Entertainment. But from that agreement, he went with it, he changed it, and then he presented it to his lawyers as a contract that I was signed, and he even claimed to have given me monies, which was a lie. So when it got to a point where I started being stubborn, like, okay, hey, go play here, and I said, no, I'm not going. I want to pull out. And then lawyers came for me, right to the state council. It was a big case. And he started claiming, saying he has spent 600 million and figures, terrible figures that I think if was true, I wouldn't be here. You'd be talking to me probably on the internet, or I've been somewhere in the Americas touring and stuff. And then he was saying that to somebody who was still paying taxi in Boya. He claimed to have bought me a car and terrible stuff that I don't really want to talk about, but it only took a lion like me to fight my way out because he was ready, that label or whatever, was ready to crush my career and my talent down. He even said it a lot of places, like, I'm going to bring him down. So, but by the grace of God, like they will say, wait till you don't make him, you know, if you spoil him.
Definitely
yeah,
not.
So,
What's your regret?
It was not a good experience.
Your regret as far as this partnership is concerned?
My regret is that I lost a brother, someone I considered a brother, because it's not every day that you can build a friendship right up to brotherhood, you know. My father would always say that there are people that you greet like this, there are people you greet like this, there are people you greet like this, and there are people you greet like this. He was one of those that I could greet like this. But unfortunately, my biggest regret is that I lost someone whom I thought was a brother, not any other thing, but I lost that relationship, because in life it's always great to create than to lose relationships. So that's my biggest regret out of that.
In your families, at that period where those state council and stuff, did they ever get involved?
No, I didn't want them to because I thought it was personal, you see. Yes, I didn't want them to because they really tried to, but I told them that, okay, always remember someone for something good.
Right.
At least one thing. At a time where probably these my brothers or family, they could not sacrifice even their 100 francs, right? Probably they didn't have it. But this is someone who proved the courage to want to stand by me.
Right.
I mean, so I thought, okay? So for that reason alone, the intention from the beginning seemed cool. So I was like, you guys should let me fight this fight. And honestly, I didn't feel like it was more than me to handle for me to begin to involve other people. He couldn't because age-wise, he's a petit frère. I mean, I'm older than him. I definitely have seen things that he may not have seen. But at that point, we're dealing with artists and, you know,
investor.
It was not man to man. So, but when it got to the state councils and then the threats started coming in on my life, on my career, I took it now man to man. So we're dragging to the state council and got into the point where state council had to give some restrictions because there was threat that were being, you know, so. But family, friends, a lot of them, people wanted to actually buy into the conflict. You see, that's why I said it's in life, experience is cool. Because there are people who contacted me and say, you know what, drag him to court, let's come in, let's nail him, let's kill him. No, yeah, like people were like his own enemies, they got into it probably as my own enemies, some got into him and like, you know what, drag go court more, destroy their career. So on both sides, the fight was huge, but thank God that today, at least we are at talking terms. We can actually meet and say, hey brother, how, man, fine, how for you, you know. So beautiful. I believe that is a past experience, but lesson was learned. Big one. Yeah.
Big one.
Yeah.
Now let's talk your experience into the Cameroon music industry. How has it been? Have you faced any form of discrimination whatsoever?
I don't want to call it discrimination. I feel like talking about our industry and my own experience, I feel like people are not being given their due value. Talking about myself, I want to quote a simple example. I am a folklore artist, which is not dominantly, that's what some people know me for, but I am a folklore, I'm jazz, I'm soul, right? But if you see even our awards back in the country here, except you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never seen a category for world music. But we are the world musicians here. When you talk music in Cameroon, we are musicians. I am a musician. I can beat my chest. I'm an artist. You see? So our category is not even found. We are into Afro jazz. If you classify musicians like Richard Bona, we follow in his footsteps. Like the Manu Dibangos, like the Henri Dikongue with whom I had a concert I brought to Boya last week. You see the line of musicians like the Henri Dikongue, like the Etienne Mbappe. So, but you will see every time they think of a category like traditional artists, that's where they begin to find people like us now. You know, so my experience is just I just feel like we lack structuring. We need a lot of work needs to be done. So I don't feel like I'm being maybe not treated nicely, but I just feel like we need to know how to
people,
to put the ladder correctly. Okay. We need to look at the value. Who are the artists and who are the musicians or the singers or whatever? Because there's a big difference between those two. Yeah. So I just feel like we are not really giving the due value and attention that we deserve, or some of us, not only me. But time, I think will tell her. Will fix everything.
Now, I had Don Chawle a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about his experience as an albino, and he mentioned, he said, you are not where you're supposed to be because of your skin color, that people like you are heavily marginalized in the industry. So I want to, is it correct?
I watched that interview on your platform, and when I saw that particular excerpt, somebody cut it and sent it to me again. Shout out to him, Don. He's doing great in his own side. But I don't agree that probably if I am not where I'm supposed to be as far as our music in Cameroon, is concerned is because of my skin color. I've outgrown that stage of thinking that if I'm not giving something, it's because of my skin color or some other reason. Like I mentioned earlier about the record label thing, right? I believe that if I don't get it, I just feel like, okay, probably Darling did not see me. Maybe I should work harder. Right. Let me try again. Okay. I refuse to feel inferior, because that statement sounds like we should feel inferior because we are not black skin, so we are not. No, I grew past that long ago, like so many years ago. Okay. So I believe that if I merit it, I'm going to get it. I just believe that way, and that helps me. It motivates me to even work harder, because if you start feeling like, okay, it means probably an artist like Koto Bass in those days who is lame, if he doesn't get an award or a nomination, it will be because he's lame. No, let's compete. We're talking talent. Okay. We're not talking appearance. Right. You see? So let's look at it at a level. If maybe Cameroon is not putting me where maybe he thinks or we think I'm supposed to be in my own sphere, that what I'm doing in the industry, my own music, we can only keep working harder, because I always say something again. I'm like, my vision is not for Cameroon to recognize me. Right. Music is so big to be looking at it from the perspective of a Cameroon. I'm a world artist. I traveled to the biggest festivals already in Africa, Massa in Ivory Coast, in South Africa, America. I've been going back to back. Wow. That's what I think is important, right? Making your mark. Like I always tell people, I don't want to blow. I'm not looking for it to blow, because you blow, you're going to evaporate. I want to grow into legendary. Wow. And that's what I think I'm doing. Okay. A lot of people may not know me, but I think I'm not doing bad. No, you're not. I may not be popular, but I'm solid.
Please.
You know? You see, so when I meet some of my friends like Salas and the rest, when we meet, they're like, Mola, you work for underground like tornado, you need to make noise.
I know.
And I like it that way. Okay. So we're not seeking to blow. So I don't feel like if I don't get something, it's because of my skin color. Probably either the system does not recognize it, or probably I'm not good enough. Wow. Yet I will work harder, but I refuse to say maybe it's because of skin color. No. I can have any kind of friend I want. I meet the ministers. I can walk up to any lady that I like to, and I think I don't think that I don't see the aspect of color at all. I don't see it.
That's a beautiful mindset.
Yeah,
whoa.
I don't see it.
Okay, beautiful. So that means you've been accepted into the industry.
I know so. Okay. I know so, because my relationship with the others, like I'm not an urban musician, you see, but we are musicians, right? And we know ourselves. We all cannot do the same thing. But I think one thing for sure is that we respect each other in our different spheres. When I meet Salatiel, there's a relationship. Leo, Asaba, Tizi, these are people I saw grow into fame. If you ask them, they'll tell you, they know me by my name, by my face, by my work. In Boya, Salatiel, we all grew up in M1. I'm sure you know that. So we saw him go to Fab Kolo and to where he is. Shout out and respect to him. Leo, the same. I used to play guitar. Mr. Leo is struggling to compose back in Boya. You see? I saw Tizi come to M1 while we were already playing in the band. Orchestra, I was already band leader, while Tizi was still in Boya, doing his stuff. Shout out and respect to him. So, but all these things, everybody has their destiny, So I shout out to all of them, but like I said, we know ourselves, and everybody has their own space. Yeah, they have their own space.
Beautiful. So. Now, let's talk about those who have paved the way. Let's talk the contributions of Tata Kinge, into, I don't want like folkloric sound or backroom music. Let's say because you're Njoku, your jazz and stuff, Njoku music. It's elephant, by the way. So we're going to look at Tata Kinge. His contributions, you tell us what you've learned and how he was able to pave the way. Did he pave the way for you? Did he not pave the way? So that we're coming to that, yeah? But for now, let's enjoy one of the songs, My Love, one of my all-time favorites. Take a look.
Florida, my love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
You know I miss you so much, sweetie. Here I am.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
You know I can never let you down, darling. Here I am. I'm here for you.
You know I love you so much. I'm waiting for you.
Chérie,
for you.
Doudou, trésor, mon chou, je suis là.
My love, where are you? Baby, my love, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
Honey, 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 baby, 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 darling, 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 sweetie, 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 I'm your
My love, where are you? I need you so much, baby. Come to me. I'm waiting for you.
trésor, mon trésor, doudou, tu es mon chou. You know I miss you so much, sweetie, yeah, I'm here for you. Where are you, darling, yeah, I'm here for you. My love, where are you, darling, yeah, I'm here for you. Chérie, chérie, coco, bébé, coucou, bébé, oh. Trésor, mon trésor, doudou, tu es mon chou, je suis là.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting
Mon
for you.
bébé, mon trésor, oh. Mon amour, mon bébé, oh, je suis là, oh.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? I'm waiting for you.
I miss you so much, sweetie, yeah.
Now there goes separate ways, baby, 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 baby. I'm waiting for you.
Annie, 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 oh, baby, baby, oh. Chérie, je suis là, tu m'as beaucoup manqué, oh, je suis là, chérie.
You are the love of my life,
Mon miel,
baby, baby, baby.
mon amour,
Honey, honey, honey,
je suis là, eh.
sweetie, sweetie, sweetie.
My baby, my darling, my honey, I love you, oh, yeah.
My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? Darling, where are you? Honey, where are you? I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Baby, baby, baby. Darling, darling, darling. Honey, honey, honey. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. You don't know why I buried the Juba. 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 Baby, don't go. Darling, darling, darling. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Honey, honey, honey. Baby, my love, I'm waiting for you.
I'm here for you. Annie, Annie, baby.
My love, where you go? I'm waiting for you.
I can never let you down, baby, my darling. I'm here for you.
My love, my love, my love. Come now, come now. Yeah. My love, where are you? Baby, where are you? Sweetie, where are you? Honey, where are you? I'm looking for you. My love, my love, my love. Baby, baby, baby. Honey, honey, honey. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. I'm waiting for you. Sabino the high.
Guys, he's actually talking about his experience with this record label. I tell you, I don't know. You want to say something about it?
Well,
a little bit.
I'm just saying that all what I think I can say is that experience is a teacher,
right?
And it's always good to get those experiences. That's why you see I mentioned earlier that it's as artists we shouldn't really just seek to blow. like I want to blow. When you blow, you don't have the foundation. You don't know, because you don't know the process. So even to maintain, to stay consistent, to stay relevant may be difficult.
Indeed.
But with these experiences that some of us have had, I think it makes you grow in the process. And so even if you attain fame or success, it's you can actually retain it. You can be able to be consistent. You can stay.
You can run with it.
Yeah, you can move over it for a while. Like I would like to quote example, one of my biggest icons too in Africa, like Fally Ipupa. You see, he didn't just make it. He's consistent. You can count how many years. I consider him one of the best in Africa.
That's
His
right.
music is everywhere. You understand the language, you don't understand, but if you want to look at it, Fally Ipupa did not blow.
He grew.
He grew into legendary. Look at his days from how before Kofi found him, and through Kofi Olomide, the dancing, the singing, the boy level, and all of that process is necessary. And today he can declare himself the king, the eagle. You cannot dispute it because he knows the process. He knows what he's talking about. He's not some guy who made ho ha hey and then they shoot a video and boom, he's everywhere and then say he's a star.
Yeah,
You know,
that's correct.
no hard feelings for those who have that, but I believe in the process. All these experiences, it's not a bad experience. It's a learning process.
But what's your take on record labels always calling their artists ungrateful each time they leave? Because if you ask record label, that's what they'll tell. They were so ungrateful. We did everything for them. They are leaving now because they have started touching money and they don't want us to recover, the money we've spent, no return of investment and stuff.
The truth is that those labels, they are free to describe that breaking of relationship, right? The way they really deem it necessary. But for someone like me too who have had that experience, I think that we may not know what transpires in every record label, why they are breaking up with their artists. But the fact that they brand artists ungrateful, it may be the case in some artists, in some situations, but it may not be the case. Because like in my case, I tell you with all certainty and with all courage here, that it was an act of exploitation that was discovered on my part. And I said, no, it's like some kind of freedom fighting. So when we break, you call ungrateful. It's like if you have your husband or your wife, and then probably he or your wife, most of the times is the woman who wants to say no to oppression to the man. And then boom, when they start fighting, when she leaves, people may not want to hear the side of her own side of the story.
True. He
will go about and tell him, see that one I take you, I'll send you for school, I don't do so, I don't wash you don't clean, I don't do this, and then now he be ungrateful, he don't come up from my house because he don't beautiful. Call that woman, ask her own side of the story. Because that's what happens to most of us. Like my case, the media, close friends, nobody ever called me to ask me that, hey, we are seeing all this saga with your partner or whatever. What is your own side of the story? Probably he was or he is known more than I am. He has money more than me. He has maybe influence. So anything he says anywhere, everybody takes it. So there's nothing I can say when I go anywhere. They're like, oh, Masada man be ungrateful and I not call you for gig. I fought it because they were not calling me anywhere because he knew a lot of people, in my own case, where he could say, when I not call that man as a very ungrateful man. But now, who will get the courage to call me and say, what happened?
Yeah.
When a woman runs out of marriage, don't just conclude, probably because she has another guy, or ask questions. She may be facing hell, and she'll be like, you know what? I can't take it anymore. Whatever anybody wants to say, they should say it. So, branding us artists when we broke up as ungrateful is not the best. Ask for questions.
Right.
Ask questions. Sometimes it may also be that they may be ungrateful, but like these labels, I also have an advice for them. When you're going in for artist things, you are a record label, you should know that it's a long-term investment, and you shouldn't expect anything real quick, because you may want to start reaping from an artist who is not even yet solid.
That's true.
Like my case, there was another instant, because probably the label or the house feels that they want to start making change from you when you are, well, like you say in Pidgin, your food, they're never even strong for ground. They already put some kind of price tag, some kind of protocol. There's time to plant. There's time to nurture. There's time to harvest.
Right.
You cannot plant and you start to harvest.
No. Now that's what most of them want to do.
That is what they want to do. Yeah. I face that. So when you pull out of that, no, hey man, you can't do this because it's bad business for me. Tomorrow you are a businessman, right? if the artist label thing fails, you can look at another business. For me, like an artist, this is my life. So if you play with it, I am done. So I can fight you with anything that I have if I feel like you're trying to put me in a space where I can lose that one thing that I have. So we don't really care if you can brand me Ungrateful, but I think that to those artists too, they should always look at where they came from, you see,
and how
always,
far their label
always appreciate the input of the label too, you know, and but again, I still blame the artist more, because if you invest in yourself, if you try harder, you put some more value, even when the label is coming, you can also dispute some terms. That's and then avoid
because in your case, I've worked with people who, you know, had something with the groove, you know, they're into entertainment like that, and they will often say, oh, he's ungrateful, he will do gigs and collect all the money, he will not give us anything. They're trying to do gigs without our consent, we'll not even know, we'll just see the pictures and videos on social media, and when you ask, he'll say nothing was given. I was like, nah, but that is not a Mongombe that I know, you know.
Yeah, because I would say that was happening in my case, because the person in question or the label in question was trying to play a smart one. Because like I said, and I will say it over and over, we had a partnership. Boya can bear me witness. If you went in front of that office back then, you will see Jokuja's logo, which is my logo. You will see Groove logo, right? Now, if I'm your worker, if you sign me, you and I, we can't put our logo in front of the business. No. We are not partners. I'm serving you. Yeah. So just the fact that our logos are on the platform or wherever, it's a partnership between two companies. But now, how do you feel that if we are partners, right, in that business, I owe you my life? Like if I have to go pool, I have to tell you. If my elder sister is getting married and I have to go to her wedding, I have to tell you, because when I reach there and the DJ recognizes me and they say, oh, Mola Mongombe is here, I don't have to sing. I have to call you. I seek your permission before I sing in my sister's occasion. So practically I have no life because you and I are partners. Man, I'm a man. Besides, I'm older. You can't put that shit. I'm a soldier, man. So it got to a point where I was like, no, you cannot work like that. I'm not working for you. We are partners. Don't treat me like I'm working for you. So that's where I think they can begin to give that description of I am ungrateful, because I don't see how somebody who knows me, probably who knew you through me, everywhere I have to go. It means if I go for a cry dive, I go to the village for a funeral and I sing and the Pharaoh tell me or they dash me 200,000, I have to come and give you. Or I have to tell you that. Those are the things I said no to. And then he was like, oh, I'm collecting money, I don't give you. How do I give you? Are you the one paying my studio bills? No. I pay my bills, I made my album, I do my stuff. You just met me and you struggle to identify with me, and I make people know you like I was actually building the label. In my case, nobody knew that label. Yeah. They just knew an individual who spends money around, you see, which was nice. Like I said, I appreciate him because he put in a dime, he did something, but he did not buy me, he didn't own me. But that's the story he was putting out there. He told people he produced me. Hey, hello, do you know the meaning of production of an artist?
That's a lot, huh?
Ask Emile Ngomba, M1 Studio. I paid my studio, recorded my first album with my proceeds that I made as salary from the cabaret in Moliko, where Herve Nguebo and all the other musicians in Cameroon that you can mention, they know me. From Jackie Kinge to everyone, even the ones that are not more like Mamangea, they know me. That's how I made my money that I recorded my album. And then I met this person who was like, okay, let's join forces. I will invest, and then you have the talent and you have the band and all this stuff. So in that partnership, actually, I had 90%. The 10% was the money.
Right.
And that's how when we started fighting, I told him that, man, money is not everything, man. You cannot buy my talent with money. Never. No amount of money. That's why till today, I'm not signed under any label. Because I feel like even if you're going to give me some money, it's just, you know, a token for me to be a little comfortable so I can concentrate on my art. Then you will begin to make me feel like you are paying me like that money is something. No, there's no amount of money. Bob Marley said, how much is money?
That's it.
How much do you think is money? My talent with time can fetch me a lot of money. But your money cannot fetch you a talent like me. No, it's priceless.
Yeah.
So when we fight like that and then they give us names, man, my own experience was a bad one.
But last question before I go to the attacking and stuff. Please permit me. Were you ever kept comfortable? Like, did they get you like a nice apartment, pay your bills, get you a nice ride to make an artist comfortable?
None of those things ever happened.
No.
And I never expected it because, I repeat, we were partners. So I did not expect that. If we were artist and producer, of course I would.
But let's look from his own, because he is saying that he did a lot, right?
No,
so we want to find out.
No. That's a big lie. He's a liar, man. I have to tell you that right here now. It's a lie. And those are the things that will make certain things go the way they go. Because there's a point in life that as a man, right, you have to face the reality. Like men, for example, sometimes we have our girlfriends, our wives, and man, muye se muye. When you don't do bad, when your woman don't catch you, agree say you do bad.
No, don't catch you.
Accept them, apologize, move on. When you want to start proving points and start to try to make it seem like, that's where it gets complicated. In our case with him, that's why it got to a point where he became like enmity, like life or death, because these are the kind of things. I was renting my house. I have so many witnesses. There are people who know the story firsthand who would come here and tell you without me looking at them. They knew. I paid my rent while I was with that label. I paid taxi for Boya. I do taxi. Ask any man. People call me behind and be like, even members of my band, some of the members who are older than me, in age, older than all of us in the band, they called me behind like, but now which kind of partnership this way you deal with person we even your house rent no be guaranteed, but wakate everybody say, now it make you, it give you this, it give you. These are my dreams. In 5, in 10, in 15 years, this is my plan of action. He started executing them with his own name. He rebranded it and with his money, because that's what friends told him, man, you cannot be investing in somebody with his own ideas and change the thing so that maybe tomorrow, maybe man will go turn. We know all those things. That is what happened. So I was moving with the vehicle everywhere, doing publicity for his brand. From here to Yaoundé, everywhere. Ask this question, they'll tell you. I suffered. You know, I was still paying my bills. He was telling people that he's paying my rent, where I could sit and owe rent for 4 months. But he would tell people that he's paying my rent.
But you were making money.
But we were going out. People were calling me for gigs. He would collect the money, drive to me, and then he will give my own share according to him and keep his own share because he has to still invest. You know, so...
Yeah, wow, okay.
But all of that is experience.
Definitely.
I consider it experience.
Experience, right.
Yeah.
But are you going to open your own record label, sign artists, or just going to be you and your...
No, I don't think I want to ever own a label to sign artists. I am more of this humanitarian person that I believe that when God, or if God bless me the way I dream, if I have the funds, I have the means, I can create like a foundation, like an enterprise. Like, you know, we don't have music schools. Some of us learn the hard way. We learn with so much effort. But if I have to contribute in the society, if I have the way, I can open like some kind of an institution where I could train, teach them, give those who don't have the opportunity to record, and put them out there. If I have a platform, I share it with them, but not like signing anybody. Because sooner or later, you're going to be seeing a lot of that. I already have like a lineup of very talented boys and girls back in Boya. Some older than me, some younger who don't have the opportunity, and they see me like a model, and I've taken them and I'm training them as we speak. Sooner or later, they'll be dropping their own songs. But I don't want to stand like signing anybody, making anybody feel indebted to me. Because I believe that it is only God who blesses every one of us. So if I have a platform I can share with you, okay, we could record your song. If we can do a clip, we'll do it. If you want to give me credit, like, oh, you know, thanks, like I'm talking today, thanks to Herve Nguebo, I was discovered at this part of it, of the country. He didn't ask me money for that, right? He gave me his platform. He gave me advice. There are songs of mine that he comes and plays the guitar in Boya. I give him transport. He refuses. He said, non, mon petit, je suis en train de t'encourager.
Amazing.
You know, so that's what I look forward to do, but not opening a record label and
you don't want to go
artists.
through that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so, but I will support anybody that I can.
You will.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Decca rubric. How did he pave the way for young artists like yourself?
Decca is a Bakure, is another Bakure artist like others that have been before him. But again, I hope I'm not interpreted as being ungrateful or anything. But Tata Kinge has not played any role in my career like inspiration. I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask again, I must reference Emile Ngomba. Because I have been in the background in the business for a very long time. You see, I started in 2006 as a backup singer in the studio. There was a studio in Bomaka. I went to another studio in Malingo, right? Back then was Elzoe. That is where I met Asaba. The Asaba you people know today. Ask her, she'll tell you. We have like probably same experience, let me call it like time frame, right? Those are people we started when we talk of band, music, not this thing that people are doing. Music, holding microphone in front of guitars and playing and singing music.
Wow.
Asaba and I, we met in Malingo as far back as then, 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So why am I saying this? I have been around for a long time, and that comes back to what I told you, that if I was seeking to blow, I for don't blow since. But maybe I know for get really good roots. I've always wanted to grow, and which I think that's what I'm doing till now, so that there is that foundation that is solid. So I was doing chorus in M1 studio, heading a band, already a professional bass player and chorister, singer, when Tata Kinge started coming to the studio.
Oh.
He's older than me for age and everything, but I'm sure you know, we're talking about the business.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with age.
So while he was recording his first album, as young as I was, I can't really tell my exact age at that time, but I was already the champion in traditional music in my whole area. Bokwai, Bokova, Butingi, Bonakanda, Bova. We call that area Bonavada, the Bonavada area, right? I was a local champion already. In local percussion till date, there is no one that can play. When I'm around the drums, everybody goes very far because they know that the king is here. Singing, I was a local president at that age of our cha-cha group in my village, where we were going to, back then there were still funerals, wake keepings, right? We're going to sing in Lisoka, Mapanja, Bwasa, you name it, all the Bakore villages that you can ever think of.
Wow.
And the first time I saw Tata Kinge was in one of those funerals in Bonakanda, where I came with the cha-cha group, Chachelue, where I was playing the drum. And then he was there like this local champion too in the village with talent, but then was still looking for record his album. So he was hitting the tables. Like, you know, that kind of person in the village where, like, so staff of village, he knock table, knock it bought to them. They be like, the man, now I'm a big musician for village, yeah. But I was already coming with cha-cha group singing in the village where he was hitting tables.
Okay.
No disrespect. I'm just trying to tell you a story, right? And then time brought him to the studio. So you see that it's not a journey. For me, it's not today.
Okay.
When we talk music, I beat my chest. I'm one of those artists who every artist can reference, because I have something to tell everyone from my little experience. The environment as a guitarist, as a bass player, as a chorister, and now as a professional artist, international.
Okay.
So he met me in the studio. I played guitar for many of his songs. Directed some behind him. Like when I go to the studio, I meet Oga. Oga will call me and say, Mola, you know, say I countryman this now, Bakore can't say me, I be Bakore man, but I be Bakore man from Bengamboa. So I don't really understand some of them thing there, but you know them. So if you guide, I'll come and I'll be like, okay, here, this drum is not supposed to sound like this. Here, this drum should come like this. And if you are mixing, if this one sounds more than this one, it's no longer cha-cha, it's something else. So this one should sound, ask Emile Ngomba, he will tell you.
Wow.
So that is the role that I played in my own little contribution in his career, which he has unfortunately never recognized.
He has never said that.
Yes, but I'm telling you today on this platform, quote me anywhere. So I don't think that he did anything that should have special credit, but I give him his respect as another Bakore artist. We are colleagues. He's an artist, I'm an artist. He's a folklore, purely traditional artist. I am an international jazz musician and a folklore artist. So we have a little disparity in genre, but we are all Bakore people in music. And I give him that respect for what he's done, because we all have a common goal: preserving and promoting the Bakore culture. He's done that very well at his own level, you know, and I'm also doing my own part now in my own level, and I know someone will come who will do his own part after me. The Bakore man will say, me rondo mekpa, me romi kizene. So Tata Kinge is an older generation. He has done his part, probably directly or indirectly. He has given the relay to me, and tomorrow I'm going to give it to someone.
Person.
Yeah, but So that's it.
We've been expecting a collaboration between the both of you. I mean, when his music was and stuff, did you ever feel like, okay, you know what, maybe I should try a song with him, or such an opportunity was never given to you?
When I started my career, my first album, I didn't start my music with thinking that I'm going to go folkloric.
Oh.
I started my music, I was inspired a lot by Congolese music and jazz. Because my father, being military, he used to work in those days in the Congo and all of that area. So he used to bring a lot of those Congolese CD tapes, those cassette tapes in the house, right? So I was really inspired into professional music by world music. Musicians like Richard Bona and the rest, Charlotte Dipanda, Manu Dibango, those are people who inspired me. So when I went into the studio for my first album, Emile Ngomba Testified, 10-track album, you hear classical, you hear jazz, you hear soul, and then the last song, it is Emile. Yes, it's Emile who was like, no, maybe you are not inspiring all this folklore thing. Your dream is very big. You want to go international, but do something for your people. So I brought that song in, and my people identified with it so much. So when Tata King was dropping all these cha-cha hits, I never thought of going that route because to me, like Masa Matale of a big for big sing na country music.
Right.
That's how I was thinking back then, right? And then still thanks to Emile Ngomba, who has played a very great role in my career as a musician, as a very solid advisor. He was like, no, charity begins at home. You can grow to the international scenes and whatever, but you know what? You have to try to get the support of your people. So you know what? Try for rights on one cha-cha. Just one, you just put a maybe, you know. I was like, as long as I was like, okay, Oga, it's cool. Boom, I wrote Mon Ami, the song that you listened to when we came, and the song took over. When the song took over, this my grandfriend did not see me like another Bakure man that, according to me, given his age and, he's an older person, to stretch his hand forward to me and say, you know what, okay, there's a younger person, come, let me hold your hand so we could. Because by then he was already traveling. I'd never traveled. He was already going to China, America, with all respect. But I think he saw me like a competitor. Until date, he has never treated me like he recognizes me. Even my songs, the Mona May, I'm sure if you listen, I reference him in the last part of the song.
Yeah, you did.
Not because he taught me music, but out of respect.
Respect, yeah.
I'm like, Tata King Malachi II. Ewuwaenge means this is the baton of command. Keep it. We are looking forward to you.
Wow.
That's what I said in it. That he never till date even send a message or a call. Or even when we meet, he tries to dodge, not to face me like we have some kind of a problem. I don't know. I don't want to exaggerate it, but that's how it has been. So he's never seen me like a younger man that maybe is worthy to do a collaboration with him. So me too, I stay in my own space.
Sure.
After all, we are all Bakure people promoting the culture. So
yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Now talking about Bakure people promoting the culture, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say one of these songs. Ooh, I love it. The Nyoki, the elephants. You know what? Just take a look. You'll like it. Oh my God, this is my favorite.
Mbakobi morongo watu waronja moronga umanyoku ejanizewa naliumungaka njamuki moronga umanyoku ejanizewa mutanginya moronga umanyoku ejanizewa Mbakobi morongo waho naliumungaka alengina welimo imomawe morongorongo amuelelenge mboa ya wopaongo na bada imana mbatu bakobi lina leni kobambue amabela gbana teno bakolamba injoku aya ho kobambue ongo papa morongorongo watu amboka aya he watu amboa ya upaongo eule bara eule morongo watu amboa ngumu ya tu ya mboa rendi yondo alingo endo litongo aya ko bambu aya ho moja ranga weru onu kombene makule ya wenya matangeze wa aya ho ye bali Toteneyeni munyamba kobinga mozongo warunja alingo wendo litongo arendi ono bakobinga ya linanda inda motarinde anuze ya munye leo mama kobinga beolo oh my papa morongo waru amboa muya tu yamboa ya ubongo ya na ubongo euse ngomene iya na nyongo teke orawe morongo waru alingwe ndo litongo yemba ura atongo wale mba bukina watu iwo mobungunyame iwangenge bule iya mojoko kovi odea iya liengu kovi right kongo yemalinie baza na ukwango nereleo kombe na maumu nereleo bega moa iliyo buda ekobene kunda na ukwe nereleo unakanda na oa nereleo yezea alingo wendo litongo elea aleo ima yezea aleo.
Oh my goodness, you just taking me back to the village. Like, guys, you're really never backward girl, right? Like,
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh.
The mountain vibes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this song is so dope. I love everything about it.
Thank you.
Now, I had a one-on-one interview with Emile Ngomba. I visited his studio, and then they played your song, Jongele, bro.
Oh, wow.
I was live on Facebook, and was like, what kind of song is that? Oh my God, that song is so beautiful. Now, let's talk about our originality, our sound. We've always had that problem of what do we export? You see our artists trying to try a lot of things. Some people are trying to try Afrobeat, Amapiano and stuff. You know, what do you think is one of the problems why we cannot export our sound? What are the challenges you guys are facing?
Okay, so in my humble opinion, one of the biggest reasons why we cannot export our own self, we are finding it difficult to have an identity. Like we always say that we don't have a sound, or we have a sound but it's not, marketable.
Yeah,
is because, in my opinion, please, we are lazy. We are lazy. We want to blow. We don't want to grow. We don't want to go through the process. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to go to Boya, but you are just thinking like, oh, I wish there was a way I'm not going to enter the car and then go through that traffic in Bonaberry, but you want to get to Boya. You see what I mean? So we are looking for a shortcut, one blow. So why some guy go walk into studio, probably I'm playing guitar, right? And then he will tell the producer, Master, I'm just knock me some Niger beats so way, just like this song, so no, like copy paste. Then I'll just flow for inside. That is what a lot of them, I don't want to call names here because I don't want controversies, but a lot of them, let me say them, because I don't do that kind of music. I don't do computerized music. I do live production. Mm-hmm. All of my songs, if you hear, I play all the percussions, or I bring a professional percussionist, professional guitarist, professional whatever. So I think it's laziness because we have sound. It's not like we don't have sound. If you do the research, we have sound. But when I say we're lazy, it's because we don't want to take time like the other countries who we are trying to copy, like the Afrobeat thing and the Amapiano stuff. It will never be our thing. Like people will say, the photocopy will never be the original. You can always sound as nice as. And to some of us who have ears, who are performers, because I've been playing guitar for more than 15 years, I've been interpreting all kind of songs. So if I hear your song, I can tell you which artist inspired that song. Because as an instrumentalist, as a singer, we have listened to music. You can imagine what I mean.
Of course.
So if I hear your song, there's a lot. I don't want to call. There's a new one that's going to come out soon, or it's already out trending. One of our very big celebrated artists out there. The moment I heard the song, I already knew the song that inspired him. To me, if I was a producer, I would tell him that no.
It's a no.
We have to work this out. This is a no. Because anybody who has ears like I think I do may not say it, but would know that this one's not just this song with the man just take and just try to make up for your own style. So it brings us to what I'm telling you, that we are lazy because we have sound. And that's why I think, in my opinion, some of us are not very popular, because we have refused to want to blow. We want to grow. We want to keep it original. That's why we make the music. From Bako, the people where I come from Fako, we have more than 30 genres of music, according to my research.
Oh.
These are melodies that are well danceable. I'm talking about my own part. I don't know about where other people come from, if they have done their research. But we have not only just Makosa that people can reference us, right? But there are melodies, like my song that you mentioned. People dance it all over the world. South Africa, went to Ivory Coast, America. They're like, wow, beautiful rhythm, man. They appreciate it. But now, how do we export it and make it relevant? That's where the question is, where I think the producers may have to come with these artists, work together, like some of us who are still connected to the grassroots, to the culture. How can we bring this? When I met with Phil Bill last year at the Presidency Unity Palace, we had this conversation. Because Phil Bill in front of Jackie King, Toto Guillaume, Decca, we had this conversation. He was like, Mola, when I hear your melody, I know you understand. How can I do that thing? I know. And then he was surprised when I told him that I played all those things. Wow. He was like, wow. And then I told him, I say, when great producers or beat makers like you come together with like some of us who have stayed close to the originality, and we know we have that relationship. Imagine that I bring my folkloric brain in terms of musicality to maybe a great producer like Phil Bill or Salatiel, or imagine that we sit together. Tell me that 1, 2, 3 attempts we are not going to have a sound.
No, we will.
We will have a sound exportable that other countries or other people will begin to question that. How did you guys do this? Just like Phoebe asked me, how you do money come out? Because they are jungle, so the man, they are things they knock some way, So we have it, but I just feel that we are lazy to want to go there and build it. We want to just ride on the surface that others have created. Just want to be like, oh yeah, I just do my own thing too. We just copy, we just knock out, we just put the backing track, we just make the thing, just go. But that will not last, because we always have that problem. When we go for Grammys or other platforms, that people where they know that thing pass, they're always there ahead of
They always win, that's true. Okay, so before we go, Mola, I have a lot of questions. Oh my God, this program is an hour and 30 minutes. I'm hoping to have you again.
No problem.
It's a very beautiful conversation, I tell you.
Anytime.
So let's talk about your future plans. What are